Hello We Are Movie Club, it's me Jenny, and this week's movie was picked by Cristina, link somewhere on screen, and just as a warning, this is probably going to be my most scattered review ever, because I've just finished watching, literally a moment ago, the Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time in my life, and I'm just going to organise my thoughts as they come out my mouth, and it's probably going to take more than one take, so just bear with me. My quick review for this film is I cannot think of another film that is this bizarre and psychedelic and deals with the content and the genre mashup that this film does, and is such a cultural phenomenon that everyone knows something about it, whether they know it or not. My mum likes to say "damn it Janet," and I never understood what that was about until watching this film. And the time warp is something that I learnt because I've been going to a lot of weddings recently. I never knew it was connected to this film until we were talking about it on the We Are Movie Hangout this past weekend. So I don't really know how to feel about this. There's some stuff that I really like. I really like some of the humour is genuinely funny. The songs, once I understood what some of them were about, were very funny. The dance sequences, although perhaps not the best produced, were very good to look at in interesting ways, and of course the time warp is one of the quintessential dance routines of weddings from the 80s onwards. And I like all of those things. I like the fact that this is a love letter to the genre of pulpy, campy horrors and sci-fis, so the parts of that I could really understood. I really got like the clean-cut American couple who are proposing in a graveyard and they have like really somber guys in the background and a funeral parlour in the background and all of those sort of cross-genre, like laughing at the fact that it's a fake horror movie and the cliches of the car crashing, the big castle and the Dracula / Frankenstein monster sort of things. I really understood that, and I got what was going on with that and I enjoyed them. And then it kind of went completely crazy and it was just really bizarre. And again, there is quite a lot of stuff that I really enjoyed. There's issues particularly to do with transgender and bisexuality, which aren't even discussed that much nowadays, that at least are showcased in this. Although it is a showcase, it's a kind of, they're viewed in a very abstract, theatrical way, rather than perhaps being in the most intellectual study of the subject, and that is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a way to make it appealing and a mass audience reaction to discuss those issues quite so vividly on screen. I love Tim Curry's, I always say Tim Curry, it's Tim Curry. He does such an amazing job, and he is strange and weird and sings very well, and I definitely, he does a very good job at portraying that role, considering the things that I know him best for are Muppet Treasure Island and Charlie's Angels, and so watching him in this was weird, but he does a very good job in this very weird role. I think Susan Sarandon is gorgeous in this. It was, again, an interesting role for her, and again, I've only really seen her in the last 10 years do her work, so seeing her being young and a complete stick figure and finding interest in her sexual awakening, that was interesting. There's a lot of stuff which, again, coming from the same sort of subject of classic horror films, the concept that the evil is a sexual awakening. This film definitely is a love letter to that in terms of definite sexual awakening for pretty much all the characters, regardless of gender or sexuality. So that was interesting. There's a lot of good things I can say about this film. My brain is so mind-shocked by the fact that I walked into this completely blind that there isn't really much I can say about it. I like the fact that they set it very clearly in sort of this stage world where it's all one-piece backdrops, very obvious set pieces, one or two sets, where, you know, the lighting is really important, it's very theatrical, it does work particularly for Tim Curry's character, where he feels like he's on a stage, and it's very effective, and it's pulpy in the right places and weird. And yeah, again, going back to my quick review, watch this once as an adult. It is definitely an experience, and yeah, I think that's all I can say without rambling on and on forever and ever and ever. I'm filming this quite early because I want to get it uploaded so I don't have to think about it and do lots of other things this week. So I don't know who's picking next week's movie, but they are on screen and I'm sure they are amazing and awesome. And I will see you guys all next week. Bye guys.